So the other day, I'm watching a video on Dave Ramsey's YouTube channel. Shout out to Dave Ramsey. A woman called in for advice on how to handle her IRS tax debt. She owed about $55,000 and was waiting on the results of an offer in compromise. Dave tells her it's nearly impossible. There's no way she's going to get an offer, and that her only hope is to set up an installment agreement. But is that true? Is it almost impossible to get an offer in compromise? Why Dave Ramsey is wrong about the offer in compromise. That's the topic of today's video on the other side of the break.
1-877 Levy King, Levy Levy King, 1-877 Levy King, LevyKing.com.
Owe back taxes to the IRS? Call the Levy King. He's the best. 877 Levy King, LevyKing.com.
1-877 Levy King, LevyKing.com.
What's up, guys? Corey Hankerson here from Legacy Tax, and they call me the Levy King because I've helped thousands of clients with unfiled returns, back taxes, tax liens, and that's right, IRS levies. If the IRS took your check, the Levy King will get it back. 1-877 Levy King, LevyKing.com. I'm also the author of End the Tax Nightmare, Insider Secrets to Beat the IRS and Reduce Your Tax Debt. Inside the book, I'll show you how to stop IRS levies, liens, and garnishments without paying the tax in full, how to set up the payment plan you want and not the one that they want, and how to potentially settle your tax debt for less than you actually owe. My book has been a top seller on Amazon for years, and you can buy it right now for $19.99. But I want to give you a copy of the book absolutely free. Just go over to my website, www.endthetaxnightmare.com, and enter your name and email, and I'll send you a copy of the book right away. No charge, not even for shipping, totally free. Before we go any further with the video today, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and don't forget to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm and hit that notification bell so you'll get a heads up each and every time we drop a new video. All right, guys, let's dive into today's content. Okay, first of all, let me begin by saying that I actually like Dave Ramsey and I agree with him on many things. I've read some of his books like The Total Money Makeover and have seen people achieve success, that is, by following his methods. So I'm not really attacking Dave, definitely not, as much as I'm trying to dispel the notion that you have to be totally broke or poverty stricken before the IRS will negotiate with you. Today, I'm going to explain exactly how the offer and compromise calculation works. And if you watch this video to the end, I'll offer you a special opportunity to see if you qualify for an OIC. Before I go any further, let me play a clip from the actual video so that you can see what I'm talking about.
Rebecca's in Orlando, Florida. Hi, Rebecca. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hi, Dave. Thanks so much for taking my call. I'm very grateful.
Sure. How can we help?
I have a large IRS debt I'm trying to eradicate.
And how much is the IRS debt?
55.
What is the IRS debt from?
It's from 3 years. I'm embarrassed to say my daughter was sick, and I was in the middle of a divorce. And I was just trying to keep it on the table, and I hadn't filed for a few.
Okay, so it's just back taxes.
Just back taxes.
You hadn't filed at all. And you must be...
I have since filed.
So you must be 1099 or self-employed?
Self-employed, yes.
Yeah, okay. So what do you make?
Well, this year with the pandemic, I'll probably make about 55, maybe 60.
So you've got the IRS on a payment plan?
No, I actually applied for an offer in compromise, but I haven't heard from them yet. You're going
to be denied.
Okay.
You have to be able to show pauper status, absolutely no income and no assets to get an OIC through. That's one of the great mythologies. How much did you pay for this OIC application?
I put it down $6,000.
Oh, man. Yeah. Okay, don't give me more money.
Okay.
Yeah, that's there's just I've been doing this 30 years. I've seen 2 of those go through. 2. And in both cases, we were working with a tax attorney, and you prove that they have no assets at all and no income and really no potential of income. And so they really believe that you're virtually financially dead, and you're not. You make $55,000 a year, so they're going to put you on a 900-year payment plan.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about, right? Dave tells the caller that she's going to be denied because you have to be totally poor with absolutely no income and zero assets to get an OIC through. He goes on to say that in 30 years, he's only seen 2 offers get accepted. Now, Dave is just wrong on the number of offers that get accepted and also on the likelihood that the caller's offer will be accepted. The actual acceptance rate of offering compromises fluctuates year to year. I've seen it as low as 35% and as high as 55%. See, the IRS compiles data on all of his activities. They publish something called the data book, and they make it public information. According to the 2021 data book, the IRS received a total of 49,285 offers in 2001. They accepted 15,154. Link to the data book in the description below. According to a study done by the IRS Office of the Tax Advocate, the average OIC acceptance rate has been around 44% annually over the last decade. Link to that study in the description below. So you should know that these stats include offers and compromise prepared by professional accountants and attorneys, as well as offers prepared by individual taxpayers themselves. So just like any other industry, someone who is trained and experienced will likely have a better outcome than someone who is trying to navigate an offer for their very first time. Hire a pro. You should also know that the IRS has began taking steps to make it easier for you to resolve your tax debt and potentially settle for less than you actually owe. They have put together programs like the People First Initiative and the Fresh Start Initiative to help remove some of the barriers into getting into an OIC. More on the Fresh Start Initiative later in this video. So I don't know how it is that Dave has only seen 2 offers get accepted in 30 years. Maybe he just wasn't paying attention, or I don't know what the deal is there. But clearly, based on the statistics, the facts and figures, not just someone's opinion, the IRS accepts thousands and thousands of offers and compromise every single year. So that's just incorrect to say that the likelihood is very low for someone to be accepted into an offer. Now, Dave is also wrong when he says that you need to have 0 income and 0 assets to get your offer accepted. When evaluating your offer for acceptance, the IRS seeks to determine what's called the reasonable collection potential of your account. The reasonable collection potential is the amount that the IRS thinks that they can collect from you before the expiration of the 10-year window that they have to collect. It's essentially the liquidation value of your assets plus your monthly disposable income. To figure this out, start with your monthly income minus your monthly expenses multiplied by 12. Then calculate the difference between your assets and your liabilities. Add those 2 numbers together, and that's your offer amount. I've done several videos on this channel with explanations and examples on exactly how to calculate the RCP. For more details, check out this video, or you can check out this one. The bottom line is that you do not have to be broke. We do offers all the time for clients with significant incomes, and those offers can be successful provided that the client has significant allowable expenses. It's also not a requirement that you don't have any assets. You don't need to have 0 assets to get an offer accepted. The typical taxpayer that owns his home and has 1 or 2 cars also has a mortgage and 1 or 2 auto loans. When you subtract the mortgage and the car note from the value of the home and the cars, the taxpayer will still qualify for an OIC. Now, everybody's situation is different, right? And while it's true that some taxpayers with income and assets will not qualify for an OIC, others with income and assets will qualify. And so it's wrong to make a blanket statement that you have to have 0 assets and 0 income. To sum it up, Dave Ramsey is wrong when he says that almost no offers get accepted by the IRS. He's also wrong when he says that you must have no income and no assets for your offer to be accepted. Now, to be fair, It is true that not everyone qualifies for an offer in compromise. It's also true that more cases are resolved via installment agreements or currently non-collectible than are resolved via an offer in compromise. But you don't need to have zero assets and zero income in order to qualify for the offer in compromise. The offer is a legitimate solution to resolve an IRS problem for those who qualify, and it should not be overlooked as one of several options available to help you deal with tax debt. Speaking of tax debt, I want you to know that there are several programs in place to help you get a fresh start. But how do you know if you qualify? You see, no two cases are exactly alike. So how do you know exactly how much you can settle for? Well, I want you to know that I've created a free tool to help you get qualified for a fresh start. Just head over to my website, which is www.levyking.com, or click the link below. Follow the prompts and answer a few simple questions, and we'll help you figure out your eligibility. That website again is www.levyking.com. Or if you still like to talk on the phone, like the old school, you can dial 1-877-LEVY-KING. Again, that's 1-877-LEVY-KING. That's it for this week, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.
1-877